So if y'all have been reading the news, you would have heard that Donald Trump wants to bring back battleships. Yes, you heard me right. Battleships. The old iron sights, the 16-inch guns, 15-inch thick armor, literal incarnations of pure firepower. When you think of battleships, ships like the USS Iowa, the Bismarck, the USS Arizona, and the Yamato come to mind. But on everything I love, you don't think of the USS Trump when the word battleship is mentioned. Well, guess what? The name of the new class of battleships is the Trump
Oh my
Class,
God.
named after no one else but our dear president himself. The lead ship, however, is called the USS Defiant, and Trump plans to have 20 to 25 of these big boys to be part of his Golden Fleet. Before we talk about what my perspective is on these ships, let's have a little background on why Trump wants to have these battleships built. If you have any knowledge of the latest developments in the China-US rivalry, you would know that China is hot on our heels for naval superiority. They are pumping out around 30 warships per year from their 13 major naval shipyards, while the US is struggling to build even 10. You could try to shut these claims down by yapping about quality over quantity, but the quality of the Chinese warships are far from bad in any way. Recently, in 2022, China unveiled their third and newest aircraft carrier, the Fujian. The ship is named after Fujian province in southern China, which interestingly is the province from where my family immigrated from to the US. While this ship may not be as sophisticated and advanced as the US Navy's Gerald R. Ford, it is a significant step up for China in the global playing field, with the Fujian fielding electromagnetic catapults, a feature only found on the Gerald R. Ford beforehand. China shortly after in 2024 launched the Sichuan, an amphibious assault ship, which will also field the electromagnetic catapult, which will make China, upon installation of the catapult, have the edge in the number of warships using this new technology. And to put the nail in the coffin, China is already underway in building another aircraft carrier with electromagnetic catapults, and this one is expected to be nuclear powered. I know I've been talking a lot about China's growing edge in the arms race, but the US is still hard at work, with current projections to have four Gerald R. Ford class aircraft carriers in service around the mid 2030s, the same time the Type 04 is expected to be commissioned and active. Even with these hopeful projections, the building and outfitting of the Gerald R. Ford class carriers has been facing lots of delays, and I'm not even going to talk much about how much of a decline the US shipbuilding industry has had over the past 50 years, but TLDR, it's bad. Now, onto the actual Trump class battleships themselves. They are to be equipped with AN/Spy 6 radar and will be outfitted with 12 CPS missile launch cells designed to hit anywhere in the world within an hour of launch. In addition, the Trump class will field 128 units of the Mark 41 vertical launch system to launch conventional missiles, and two RIM surface to air CIWS missile launchers. The Trump class will potentially be able to launch nuclear cruise missiles in addition to conventional ones. As for the guns equipped on the Trump class, there will be two Mark 45 5-inch guns and potentially a railgun. Now that we have covered the technology and armament equipped with the Trump class battleships, let's now dive into whether these battleships are truly even battleships to begin with. In historical terms, a battleship is a warship with very thick armor and very heavy guns, both of which the Trump class does not have.
Bruh.
The Center for Strategic and International Studies labels these ships as more akin to guided missile battlecruisers, which to me seems a lot more realistic. The intended role of these battleships is to be heavily armed surface combatants that provide dominant, long range strike capabilities and function as command centers within the US Navy's Golden Fleet initiative. Now, for the section that y'all have probably wanted to hear the most, what do I, a high schooler, think about all of this? Well, if they actually are able to build such a ship, I'd low key be impressed. These warships, even with their questionable practicality, if actually built, will be some of the largest surface combatant warships to sail today, making them a great way to show off the American Navy's power and capabilities. As for the economic feasibility of these warships, though, I'm a lot more worried. These ships, according to estimates made by the Center of Strategic and International Studies, will cost around 13 to 14 billion, which is in the same ballpark as an aircraft carrier. This is a lot of money. And the bang for the buck of these warships is not looking great, even with super generous estimates of how much these ships will cost. I understand that President Trump wants to revitalize the US Navy and shipbuilding industry, but blindly throwing money at it and building costly warships whose practicality is uncertain may not yield the intended results. So, in short, I don't think these warships are a good idea, but I would be very happy if proven wrong, because I do want this project to go well, since it could create many new jobs in the naval industry and potentially revitalize the United States Navy as the top of the global hierarchy if everything goes well. Well, I'm gonna end the video here. This is my first YouTube video, and thank you all so much for watching. Please consider subscribing and liking the video, and feel free to comment below your thoughts on these battleships and suggestions to help me improve and make better videos for y'all. See y'all next time. Oh, also, I added the links of a few videos below in the description if you want to dive a bit deeper and also hear from experts on this topic. So feel free to check them out.